Hi, I'm Paul Friedman. I founded the Marriage Foundation, and if you're a regular subscriber, you already know that my approach is going to be very direct, very clear-cut, very pro-marriage and proactive. I don't mess around. I don't do labels and that kind of thing. And been doing this for over 20 years. I used to be a divorce mediator, and I always found that honesty is the best policy when it comes to telling people what they need, not what they need to hear. So this topic is, how do I get my wife to be attracted to me again? And it's kind of sad, isn't it, that you have reached a place within your marriage where you're not comfortable with your wife being attracted to you. You're not seeing it. You're not feeling it. She's behaving in ways that's telling you the opposite, that she's not attracted to you. Well, what has changed from when you were first dating? Let's go all the way back. And I have to tell you the truth. You know, we started a sister organization, which we since stopped, called Premarital Academy. And before then, I wandered around at some of these marriage, where people were selling the services for people who are getting married. You know, I can't remember what it's called exactly, but it doesn't matter. You know what I'm talking about, where you find the people who make the cakes, who have the venues, the tuxedos. And I spoke to the vendors. They all said the same thing, that at least 70 or 80% of the couples were already fighting. They weren't even married yet. Now, true, some of them were already living together. So from our point of view here at the Marriage Foundation, we consider them married because basically you have all the elements of marriage for the most part, 95%. They're married already. So people basically don't know how to be married. Why do I say that? It's because you got married and your wife got married for a simple reason. Two simple reasons, but the first one is the most obvious. You wanted to be happier for the rest of your life. I'll go further. You wanted to be happier every day more than the day before till the end of your lives. And most people in our world have been trained to not say that out loud. But that is the truth. The truth is, as human beings, we are endowed with a consciousness of what happiness is, and we have a desire to have that happiness. And because we have been given this amazing gift of free will and another amazing gift of wisdom, we ought to be able to connect the dots and do what we're supposed to do to be happy in our marriage. I'm going to go further. God created marriage in order for you to experience unconditional love, to learn how to feel, to experience, and to give unconditional love. And I say that because unconditional love is like the ultimate happiness. But we're not taught anything about marriage. In fact, we're mistaught. There's this amazing fear of spirituality because it might be religious. Well, heck with that. This is not a religious organization, but it's a very spiritual organization because marriage is spiritual. What can be more spiritual than love? And what have you been doing as an individual to build the love within your marriage? Well, I dare say you don't know how to. You don't know how to tap into your heart. And your thinking is your thinking, and all of our actions spring from our thinking, don't they? And you're not thinking about your wife in the most positive terms, are you? And she's not thinking about you in the most positive terms. Or she would be totally attracted to you because you're soulmates. The very nature of the relationship supposes that you will be amazingly, incredibly attracted to one another. You will be the source of each other's happiness and love. Not the source, because the main source is inner, but she will fulfill you, and you will fulfill her. So let's turn the table. What have you been doing since you've been married to fulfill her? Your marriage, I can tell you, I was a divorce mediator. It was over 20 years ago, but things don't change. Your lives are mundane. You're not living on that higher plane of love because no one taught us how. It's not your fault. It's not the fault of the people who didn't teach you. They don't know either. As a world, we're evolving. And the knowledge that the Marriage Foundation is bringing out is kind of new. For instance, basic is in order for you to tap into your heart, you have to learn how to master your mind. Have you ever even heard that before? Have you ever even heard of mastering your mind? It's a crazy idea in the world. In a world where psychology rules, Western psychology, and they say you're supposed to honor your emotions. You're not supposed to honor your emotions. You're supposed to honor love. Emotions are like software for your mind. It's part of the operating system. But we don't know all of these things. So what do you do now? Let's get to the point. What do you do? Well, here's the problem. There isn't just one thing to do. It's sort of like scripturally. You know, when they asked Jesus, what is the most important commandment? And he said, love you, the Lord your God, with all your heart, mind, and soul. And he's not the only one who has said that. And it's top line, number one. Number two, love your enemy or your neighbor as yourself. Might be the same thing, right? So these are top line. It's all you need to know, right? No, you need to understand how it all comes together. And it's the same with marriage. So I could tell you the top line in marriage is learn to love unconditionally. That's it. Now, what do? So watching these videos is going to help a great deal. If you're a subscriber, you know what I'm talking about already. Taking it to another level is to read one of my books, but frankly, and I have to be very candid with you, men are slow to realize what's going on in their marriage. So by now, when you're saying, hey, my wife isn't attracted to me, what do? I'm letting you know this is an old problem. This isn't something that happened last week. You're just catching on. And maybe you've known it for a little while, but you're just catching on to maybe there's something you can do about it. So this whole thing was not an advertisement. You could read one of the books, you could watch the videos, or you could take the course for men, which is going to bring you to where you need to be in hyperspeed. But before you do that, take a look at the reviews. Read what other people have said about the course. Read the information on the website about the course. Learn about it. Understand the rest of the stuff that is out there that is not Marriage Foundation. I don't care how famous these people are. They're wrong. It's that simple. It's very unfortunate, but it is true. And there you have it. If you want your wife to be attracted to you again, and she will be, you need to learn how to make yourself into the man she will be attracted to. So all of your thinking needs to change. All of your behaviors then, as a result of your thinking, needs to change. If you try to do it the other way, it won't work. You can't change your behaviors because your behaviors changing, if you do it by rote, won't change how you think. Women are super intuitive. She'll see right through you. You got to change you. I'm glad you joined me in this video. Like it, leave a comment. I'm Paul Friedman. I founded the Marriage Foundation. We are here to serve you. God bless you, and take care.